What's going on, you guys? It's the FPL Penguin back again with another video for you all. And today's video, we're going to be talking about things all FPL once again, all things FPL, and we're going to be talking about Game Week 35, a buy, hold, sell video, and yeah, these are players that I think that you should consider buying because I know I've got some double gamers coming up, and also as well who to hold, who to keep hold of if you've still got his players already, and also who to sell. So if you do enjoy this video, guys, hit the like button and do subscribe, and check out my other videos as well that I did the other day. We do appreciate support as always, and let's get straight into it without any time to waste, any time to lose. And this here, this is what I've come up with. So ignore the ones that I've just blanked out. These are the players in the most professional way of doing it, making this video, that I think you should buy or sell. So I'm going to timestamp these guys. So but yeah, we're going to start off with the buy section. I think the three players in there are Coutinho, Sahar, and Guy, or something like that. I pronounce his name, the Crystal Palace defender, right next to James right there. Give my thoughts on them. Coutinho, we know form-wise, last few games hasn't looked great, but this is big for Villa. This is, you can see the running right there. Norwich, Burnley, form team, Liverpool, home, Crystal Palace, Burnley, and then Manchester City. If we have a look at Coutinho overall, 4 goals and 3 assists, he does take set pieces as well for Aston Villa. And I think for a 7 million price tag, and we know about that double game week as well, or 2 double game weeks, should we say, player definitely to watch to bring it into your team. It's a good punt to go for. And Jacob Ramsey, we know he's kind of fizzled out a bit. We know he's about 2.5 million, something around about that, cheaper than Coutinho. But positioning wise, and also Coutinho taking set pieces and looking more attacking on the eye test, I think it's got to be Coutinho. Watkins is too risky. Danny Ings is too risky. If you still want an attacking defender, maybe Cash, but I think Villa are still going to concede those goals and looking a bit 50-50. But Coutinho, probably your best bet to go for, looking at those potential attacking returns, especially targeting those 2 lovely double game weeks for them in a row. Talk about as well Wolf Zaha. We'll move on to Wolf Zaha right here. He's another one. He's another one that I brought in. Consider as well. If you did watch my free hit video, I think for Double Gaming 37, do check that out, guys. Will Zaha takes penalties for Crystal Palace now. 11 goals and 1 assist. I know a lot of people probably thinking Crystal Palace attacker, maybe either him or Mateta. Mateta's still going to be rotation, I feel, with Eddie. So I'm thinking Will Zaha always seems to be those attacking returns. 6.8 million, and he only has 1 double game coming up, and that's in 37 against Villa and Everton. And his run looks reasonably decent, and we know Crystal Palace have looked good, better. Vieira has really got them going this season. They got Southampton who are conceding quite a lot of goals. Watford, who concede a lot of goals, looking like they're going to be relegated. Villa, who can concede goals. Everton, who look atrocious. Manchester United, what else can we say about Manchester United? These are teams they're playing against that are conceding a lot of goals. And I think if you take a punt on someone like Wolf Zaha, who takes penalties by the sounds of it, I think you can't go wrong with it. I think he's a lovely gem to go for, and I really do recommend going for him. And he's got about 3... bit more better than Coutinho's last few games, 3-2, 5-8, and 0. But I think he's still a lovely punt to go for, definitely, that's for sure. And I'm not going to try and screw up his name anymore. Probably screwed up already. Very, very cheap. He's been called to the England team. We're going to call him Mark. And then go look at the minutes. Getting 90 minutes. What a signing he's been for Crystal Palace. Made the defense relatively more solid. And he's definitely a buy in my opinion as well. 2 goals to his name, a good aerial threat in that centre-back position, going up in set pieces. And he's looking to run the same as Zaha's as well. He's a lovely one to go for. He's a good punt to go for. And I'd say, they look 50-50 in clean sheets. I mean, how they got a clean sheet against City, clean sheet against Wolves, clean sheet against Arsenal, clean sheet against Leeds. They look relatively tight to the back, and I think double Crystal Palace, maybe a Zaha and the Crystal Palace defender combo, ain't a bad shout. I think definitely look at these players, especially targeting these double game weeks, and what these players can offer as well. So that's the buy section, guys. Moving on to the hold, keep, sort of section. Like I said, I'm timestamping these. I'm going to start off. We're going to talk about the players of, you can see on the screen, Tony, Weghorst, Son, Kane, and Mount. So we've got about 5 players right there, guys. 5 players. We're going to start off with Tony. Tony 2-1, 12, 5-2 in his last 5 games, but he's looked better since Eriksen's come into that squad. He's looked so much better, guys. In my opinion, a lot more better. 12 goals and 4 assists to his name. We know Tony can take assists. He takes penalties, should we say? Getting ahead of myself there now, guys. And he can take penalties for Brentford. He does that for his team. He's got Manchester United. You know, they beat Chelsea. I think they could beat Manchester United as well. Southampton, Everton. I like the next 4 fixtures. The next 4 fixtures for Brentford and Tony and Co. look absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. And if you've got Tony, you can consider bringing him in. I would have put him in the buy section, but I know about 18% I've got him. So if you're like myself, I definitely recommend keeping hold of Ivan Tony. Definitely keep hold of him because next 4 games, and I think he could do something against Manchester United, that's for sure. And last 4 games of the season for him look great. All single game weeks for him, single fixtures, but definitely look at Tony. If you got Tony, keep him. Definitely keep Tony. Ignore the people saying get rid of him. Keep Ivan Tony. They've looked so much better with Eriksen there, and definitely keep him. Talk about Weghorst as well. It's been a bit of a 50-50 signing, such a FIFA 22 career mode signing, Burnley signing him. And but yeah, 2 goals and 3 assists, nothing impressive. Last 3 games, a goal and an assist, you can see right there. Definitely keep hold for sure. Yeah, 6%. He's got Watford, conceded a lot of goals. Burnley need to keep winning games, and we want Everton relegated, don't we? Well, I do. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'd love to see Burnley stay up, and I think Burnley really got the driving force behind them and much better quality than Everton, and that drive in them. So I think they've got Watford, they've got Villa, they've got Spurs, they've got Villa again, they've got Newcastle. I think they've got to keep attacking these fixtures, and I think with him, Cornet, Brownhill, so many good attacking players like Taylor in the team as well, and I think Weghorst, Jay Rodriguez as well. I think Weghorst is still good one to keep hold of until the end of the thing. It's always been about the midfielders over the forwards. There's not many forwards besides like Kane and stuff to big up about and say, yeah, definitely bring someone like Kane in. Like I said, it's all about the forwards. So I'd say with Weghorst, if you have him, keep hold of him. Keep hold of him. I'd say definitely for the final running ahead. Another one as well we just talk about quickly is Son and Kane. 3, 21, 12, 15 for Son, and 2, 2, 10, 4, 13 points in the last 5 games for Harry Kane. High ownership as well for both. The reason I put them on hold, so obviously I wouldn't say sell them, no. But if you're trying to look, probably maybe look to get at least one of them, not both of them, maybe if you're looking to buy them. But on the hold section, they have got Leicester next. That's going to be weird how that's going to go. I'm still not convinced with Spurs. They have got a double game week, which is going to be a relatively tough one in Liverpool and Arsenal. And then they have got 2 relatively easy games. They got Burnley and Norwich. They did lose to Burnley at Turf Moor. I think it was earlier this year, 1-0. So it's a tough running. A final run in next 5 games, but if you have still got them or wanted them, definitely keep hold of them for sure. Don't sell them. I know a lot of people thinking of moving on to KDB, but if you can find an alternate route, go that way instead. But I definitely recommend keeping people like Son for sure, because the drive, how attacking he is, and I think he's still worth keeping, and Kane as well. So they're both on the sort of hold section. Another one to talk about, and the final one on the hold section, keep section. Mason Mount, this game week's still going as I'm making it, and he blanked. Against who the bloody hell was it? Against West Ham in a 1-0 win. But yeah, 10 goals and 10 assists for Mason Mount. 22% own him. He's got Manchester United next. Everton, Wolves, Leeds, Leicester, Watford. Lovely final running, isn't it? lovely final running, but you know they have only got one double game week, and that's Wolves and Leeds. They're not in the Champions League. They have got the FA Cup final to consider as well. Will there be rotation? There most likely probably will tiny bit Tuchel rotation, but I still think Mason Mount and someone like Havertz. But I think most Mason Mount is more. Would you say more nailed on, or is it a tough one to kind of suss out? But no, I'd say he's more nailed on than Havertz, just a tiny bit. So I think with Mason Mount, definitely keep hold of for sure for the final run in, because we know how attacking he is, and Chelsea want to have a high finish. You know, I don't think it'll be title now. It'll all be about top four now. That's their concentration, and Mason Mount you got to keep hold of. Right, and then now moving on to the sell section as well. Moving on to the sell section, we've got Bowen and James. We'll get a bit scroll up here for you guys so you can see a bit better here. Bowen is an interesting one. We'll have a little scroll down. He was benched. Very, very surprised about that. 17 minutes against Chelsea. Is it going to be a bit of rotation? We know this on the Europa League, and you know they really are gunning for it to try and win that trophy. It'd be fantastic if they did. He's got about 9 goals and 14 assists to his name so far this season. I don't think he's essential to having your team. He's got Arsenal next. He's got Norwich City and Brighton. Relatively tough, and they've still got, you know, the one part of the mind on, you know, the Europa League as well, and wants to win that. I think their full concentration is a high finish, but I think full concentration is obviously to win the Europa League and win that silverware. Obviously, I think that's their main focus. So we could see rotation, maybe Bowen probably start against Arsenal, but I think it's a tough one. So I think if you have him, maybe sell him and then save some funds and look elsewhere. So I won't go too much on that. We know 1-2-2, 13-0, nothing too impressive from Bowen at the moment. So we'll go for James just to finish things off. He's been a frustrating one, hasn't he? He's been a frustrating player to own. I've had him for several weeks. 5 goals, 6 assists. He's not done anything since game week 28 in that double game week goal assist, and they got injured. He missed that game against Norwich. But yeah, he's been a frustrating signing because he's kind of been rotated. Then he's moved to right sort of side his centre back, just behind Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta playing like attacking right back. So it has been very, very frustrating being a Reece James owner. I'd say look to get rid of, especially with the price. You could get a local defender in, maybe someone like Matip in your team as well, who's very, very cheap and he's getting the games and local gunning for that title. So maybe look at Matip instead. But yeah, James, I think it's a tough one. I think if you just want to go for the one Chelsea asset, just go for Mason Mount. He's getting the minutes. He's more likely to get the points as well. So it's a tough one with James. So I think you should very much look at probably getting rid of him very, very soon, guys. That's for sure. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's me done. I've enjoyed this video. If you haven't enjoyed this video, hit the like button and do subscribe. We really have appreciate the support as always. Check out the other videos. Should be popping around here. Hit the logo, subscribe. Really appreciate it. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.